One of the things that I've been struggling with on my channel for a little while, for I don't know, a couple months or so, and that I'm kind of trying to work through right now, is the way that YouTube works, and just me trying to figure it out as I go through it. So it's obviously been a journey. I've talked about my journey the whole time here, and I've talked recently more about switching into kind of like a vlog sort of format. And the transition to that it's kind of difficult in the way that it's hard to try to be creative and try to share that side of YouTube, where it's like making things that I want to make, but at the same time, the way that YouTube works, there's a lot of things that you have to do on YouTube in order to get people to even click into a video, because you have to pique somebody's curiosity. You've got things that the algorithm looks at, and you've got things that you just obviously you want to make a good video that people want to watch, but at the same time you wonder, am I just doing this for views? Or even if I get views, what's the whole point of everything? I'm at that point right now where when I originally started YouTube, my idea for YouTube was a little bit unrealistic. And it was, I wanted to start the YouTube channel in order to kind of create a business out of it and get to that point where I could monetize and move into that, because I've seen a lot of other creators do it. And that kind of was, in my scenario and for my case, it was unrealistic because of the time frame that I had for it. I thought after my first year that I would be monetized. I thought I'd be monetized before the first year, and it wasn't so much the AdSense or the ad revenue that I was looking for. It was more of an opportunity to be able to teach other people and to help other people and then create a business that way. But the way that with my lack of experience in YouTube and everything, it was an unrealistic goal. And I have since changed that goal, and that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now, is do I just scrap that goal altogether and say, I'm just gonna start making content just for the creative side, or maybe for myself, where later on me and my family can come back and look at it. And that's where I started to get into sort of the vlogging side, and started to show more of myself and my life and my family and all that into it. And I think I'm still transitioning into that. But it's just been that challenge of that switch, like thinking of what's the purpose of this channel? Where am I going with this channel? And that's the struggle that I'm having right now. I'm kind of in between. Do I do it to create a business? Or do I do it to create something that I can look back on? So that's the point that I'm struggling with right now. Hey, this is Brenda. She owns this bookstore trailer called Bookishly Divine, and we thought it was super awesome. So it was good.
You.
It was good to meet you, Brenda.
It was nice meeting you too.
crazy thing about YouTube, the journey that I've been on, my experience with it is, I think a lot of creators go through this, but it's really a roller coaster of ups and downs with how you experience things. When you see views and you get comments and your video does well, you get a big dopamine hit, and it's kind of addictive, and you kind of get you get ahead of yourself a little bit. And then when there's the down times where you put out a video that you think you did well, or you hope that goes well and it doesn't, and it kind of puts you into a rut, and you get into this creative rut, like what do I make, or what do people want to hear from me? That's the downside of it. So there's a lot of ups and downs to it. And the point where I've gotten to now, where I had a video that went viral, and that's where I got the most of my subscribers, and maybe you came from that video too. And it did really well for a couple weeks, and it was a big up time for my video. It was a time there where I was really happy about my YouTube and everything was going great. And then, as time kind of went past that, it died off, and my next few videos still did okay, and they did well, but then they started to die off. And then I got to this point where nothing I was doing, it was kind of like where I was back to square one, and nothing was really working anymore. And I got kind of down, and I started to think, what am I doing wrong? How do I recreate this whole thing, and how do I start over, basically? Because I felt like I was starting over. I wasn't getting the views that I had been getting when that video did well, and it was kind of a turning point for me. And I got to the point where it was almost like, well, I'm just going to keep putting out videos, and I'm going to start just doing what I want to see. Like if things I think are working for what other people want to see and they're not working, I'm just going to start making videos, and I'm going to continue to try to get better while I make these videos, but I'm going to make videos that I enjoy making and that I enjoy kind of watching back, and I'm going to try to put feeling and mood and just do different stuff and just try different things. And I found that that's the process that I enjoy more than just trying to find the title that people will click on the most, or the thumbnail that people will click on the most. And it's a struggle, because I want my videos to be seen and I want to do well on YouTube, but at the same time I want to make a video that I enjoy making, that's fun to make, and that I can look back at and say, wow, I remember doing that. I remember learning about that process, or, setting that mood felt right, or doing different things like that. So I don't care. A lot of times I don't care if I just get one view. If I'm happy with the video that I created, or the work that I've done, if I'm happy with that, I'm happy with one view, one person watching. If I reach one person and maybe change something on their outlook on their life, or how they do YouTube, or something in their life that I can change, if I impacted one person, that one person is really all I need right now. And maybe that one person later on will be my children watching back at the videos that I've created, or maybe if there's somebody out there. But that's really the point that's really kind of the place that I've come to at this point with my channel. Just if I can affect one person, then I've done good.